Right, welcome back to the channel. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 1 match reaction. I know it's coming very, very late, but truth be told, I'm literally only off the bus back home from fucking Dublin Airport, and yeah, obviously I went to the game, and yeah, just gutted really, to be honest. I'm going to give my obviously opinions on this game at this moment in time, because I wasn't actually going to do a video on this game because I went to the game and I'm only back, 24 hours after the game has ended. But you know what, when the people want, the people get, even though I don't think there was anyone sitting in the rooms after the game yesterday going, fuck, I need Nua to give his opinion on this game. Maybe you were. Leave it down in the comment section below if I'm wrong there. But yeah, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this game now. I've had time to kind of, mellow myself out and kind of relax, because I was really gutted leaving the ground yesterday, I have to say, obviously because we lost the game. Yeah, I just don't think it was a fair result, to be honest. I mean, obviously Manchester City won the game, fair play to them, they took their chance that they got, but I think Chelsea were probably the better side, and even if we weren't the better side, I think a fair result would have been a draw at the very, very minimum towards us. And yeah, it's just a really hard result to take, especially now with the fact that, we've been losing so much. We've only won one of our last 8 Premier League games now at this stage, and that was against Bournemouth at home. So does that really count, even though we've got a treacherous record against Bournemouth? But yeah, like I said, I was absolutely gutted after the game, because the whole week in the build-up to it, I was just thinking, there's no hope in hell we're winning this. I mean, Chelsea fans, I think I speak for you when I say that none of us were confident whatsoever, unless a few of us had that glittering feeling in the back of our minds that maybe we might be able to do something. But yeah, I just had no optimism whatsoever, and truth be told as well, I spent the entire weekend with Manchester City fans, and I was literally saying to them the whole weekend that they're going to absolutely batter us. I had absolutely 0 ounces of optimism whatsoever. But then it kind of changed a bit, because we started the game off well. We got kind of unlucky after 2 minutes when Raheem Sterling went down. Then Christian Pulisic, of course, who is just made of glass, the poor fella. I mean, I really do feel for Pulisic, who then came off after I think it was 20 minutes. Yeah, as the game kind of went on, I was kind of thinking maybe after 30, 35, 40 minutes, I was like, you know what? I have a feeling we could do something here, because the fans really seemed like they were on side with the team, which, is pretty rare under Graham Potter, to be honest. But yeah, I just had that glimmering feeling, and then as the second half went on, and after minute 50, 55, 60, I was thinking, do you know what? I actually have a feeling we're going to nick this. And then Manchester City go and score. Riyad Mahrez gets a tap in. For me, it's really poor from Kepa. The ball from Grealish should have been dealt with into the box, and I actually think Kepa had quite a decent game besides that. But obviously, if you're a goalkeeper and you have a good game and make that one mistake, which pretty much costs us the goal that won the game, you're not going to have, raving reviews from the game, I think it's fair to say. And yeah, after that, sure, Chelsea had a few chances. Lewis Hall coming close, Chukwuemeka hit the post in the first half, Thiago Silva had a good chance to score, and yeah, in the end, just City were clinical, took their chance, and we didn't. And yeah, just a really hard result to take, especially given the performance that was, showed a bit of fight, showed a bit of character for the first time in quite some time, and there was no anti-Potter agenda in the ground. But yeah, as I said, just a hard result to take considering the performance, even though I won't complain whatsoever, because all you can really ask for is that the boys gave everything. And yeah, as Potter most famously says the whole time, the boys did in fact give everything, and finally I think he can say that, and it will be justified by the fans. Yeah, I just want to point out some key players. I thought Dennis Zakaria was absolutely brilliant in the midfield. I mean, he was sending De Bruyne for hot dogs the whole game, really, and even in the things that you wouldn't see in the highlights and the TikTok compilations, like just breaking up the play, added a bit of spark and a bit of energy into the midfield that Chelsea have really lacked, especially in the absence of Kante recently. And I just think I really want to see that Zakaria and Kovacic pivot until we get a proper midfielder in there, because I think if Zakaria keeps going the way he's going, he was very good against Bournemouth, he was decent enough against Nottingham Forest, in spells, and he was, in my opinion, man of the match for Chelsea yesterday. I thought he was absolutely brilliant, and if he keeps these performances up, £27 million for his buyout clause might be an absolute steal. Carney Chukwuemeka, I thought, was absolutely brilliant once again. Obviously, massive pressure on him coming into a game of this magnitude after 20 minutes after Christian Pulisic came off injured, and I thought he really looked, the part in the game. I thought he was very confident on the ball going forward. Obviously hit the post, which would have been, absolute limbs from the Chelsea fans if he had scored that. But overall, I think he gives me vibes of a young Ruben Loftus-Cheek, when Loftus-Cheek was really coming into his pomp and was really confident and playing really well. So hopefully Chukwuemeka can, carry on that and can get more game time in the team, because I genuinely think he deserves it after the performance last night. Lewis Hall, again off the bench, I thought was absolutely brilliant. Came on for Marc Cucurella, who I think had an okay game for his standards, but even still, he's just horrendous defensively. He makes too many errors in the ball. I think that Lewis Hall should be the starting left back at this moment in time until Chilwell comes back, at least. I think Lewis Hall, in the 20 minutes or so he came on, showed 10 times more than Cucurella has ever showed in a Chelsea shirt, to be honest. And yeah, I just think he was added a bit of threat going forward, a bit of energy, a bit of invention, which is all we want as Chelsea fans, because literally there was so many times in the ground we were just saying, shoot, just try something, take a risk, and none of the players were willing to do it, apart from the young players really, like Chukwuemeka and Lewis Hall, and maybe Kovacic at times as well. But yeah, I just think I want to see more from the likes of Zakaria, from Chukwuemeka, from Lewis Hall. I thought that the two of them, especially Lewis Hall and Chukwuemeka, considering their ages, I thought were very, very good and added a lot more youth and just a bit of energy and a bit of character into the team that Chelsea have really lacked for a long time now. And then there's obviously the downside, which is Aubameyang, who came on after 2 minutes for Raheem Sterling. And to be honest, I think the only reason he came on is simply because Graham Potter was thinking, if I don't bring this guy on, I'm going to lose him forever. And he came on and he just did absolutely nothing. And I feel bad for the guy because there was a hint of booze when he came off, which he doesn't really deserve. But at the same time, he doesn't look like he gives a fuck whatsoever. He didn't actually try. I know it's easy to say, oh, he wasn't trying, but he genuinely wasn't trying. He genuinely looks utterly depressed playing for this football club, and even things that he's good at, like getting in behind, he wasn't doing. He was just trotting around the pitch, to be honest, just like a passenger, really. He really was, and it's just so frustrating. And I don't think he should get in the pitch for Chelsea anymore, to be honest. I'd rather play Havertz, even though Havertz is not much better at this moment in time. I think he at least runs and makes somewhat of an effort. But yeah, there's no question whatsoever that we need a striker. And in terms of City as well, I just want to say that a few players for them. John Stones, who got man of the match, thought was absolutely brilliant. And in my personal opinion, at this moment in time, I think John Stones is probably one of the best centre backs in the world of football right now on current form, and has been for quite some time. He's probably been City's best defender for the last 2 years in terms of his overall consistency, and I just think he's an absolutely brilliant centre back. I thought Rico Lewis changed the game when he came on. I thought he added a lot of spark into the Man City midfield, a lot of pace, but also was incredibly composed on the ball. He had 100% pass ratio, pass accuracy percentage wise at the end of the game, which was just absolutely unbelievable. I thought he was very, very good in changing the game completely in midfield for Man City. Jack Grealish, of course, came on as well, did very well. Added a bit of legs going forward in the final third for City. He was taking on his man, beating his man, and obviously got the assist for the goal as well. But yeah, as to where Chelsea go on from here now, Benoit Badiashile has signed, so hopefully he can get some game time next to Thiago Silva while Thiago Silva is still at his pomp, and hopefully Badiashile can learn a bit from Silva. But to be honest, I think this season's completely over. I can't see us getting top 4 in the absolute slightest. I think it'll be an absolute blessing if we get top 4, and I think we'll be lucky to get top 6 at this rate, to be honest. I'm thinking, my honest expectation, not even being pessimistic, my honest expectation for this season is that we finish 7th at the absolute maximum. So this season's over. That's why I want to see the likes of Chukwuemeka, Lewis Hall, and all those players get good game time this season, even though I don't really want to pin too much on the young players, because I think it's a dangerous game when you just pin all your hopes on young players. But I do want to see them integrated into the squad a good bit now, considering we've nothing to play for, in my personal opinion anyway. And yeah, still behind Graham Potter. I know that it's controversial because a lot of Chelsea fans want him out and think he's not ready, but personally I don't think we've given him the tools whatsoever. You see the injuries we have, especially to the likes of Reece James, Kante, Chilwell, all these players that are injured for us. I think that we need to properly back Potter in this window and the summer window and get the full squad back to full fitness before we can actually properly judge Graham Potter. And personally, I think whether you think or not he's good enough for the job, in my opinion, is completely irrelevant, because I think personally, even though he might not be good enough for the job in the future, who's to say that he won't be, but I think that we need to be fair to the guy and give him time and give him the right tools to actually be able to succeed at this football club before we completely and utterly write him out and get him out the door for someone else. But yeah, that'll be my thoughts and opinions on this game. If you watch the match yourself, leave it down in the comment section below what your thoughts were. Did Chelsea deserve a draw, or am I talking absolute horse shit? Let me know in the comment section below. Please leave a like on the video, it'll be massively appreciated. We're trying to grow this channel even further after our comeback 2 weeks ago, and yeah, subscribing to the channel also helps massively as well in growing the channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video, and up a cheers.